analyze the skeletal system to look at it. There are about 206 bones. That it's not everyone has 206, but on average we could have 206 bones, and that would also be 206 named bones. Some people do have extra bones, and some people don't have all the bones that the average person has. A couple of bones that some people have and some people don't are sutural bones, used to be called Wormian bones. They're found between the major skull bones. They're found within the sutures of the major skull bones. And some other differences show up in sesamoid bones and tendons. Some people who use those tendons a lot develop those bones, help reduce friction. We all have a sesamoid bone in our knee, but other people have them in other tendons as well. So we were going to divide the skeleton into the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton, and I have taught courses. In fact, the course I usually teach, we would have one chapter on an intro to bones, as we've kind of done so far, and then one chapter on the axial skeleton and another on the appendicular skeleton. But we're going to do them both together here. Going to get through them today, or this week. And I would also tell you that I tell my other courses this too, that you really don't need to memorize all 206 bones and where they are, because if you get into a position where that will become important for you to know, you will have the training and you will be using them enough that you will know the ones you need to know. So the axial skeleton is made up of approximately 80 bones. It'd be the skull, the bones in the middle ear, the hyoid bone, the vertebral column, and the thoracic cage. Whereas the appendicular skeleton would be 126 bones approximately, which would include the pectoral girdle, the upper limbs, the pelvic girdle, and the lower limbs. There are a lot of terms that go with bones, not just a bone, but on a bone, parts of a bone. I am not going to go through each one of these terms with you here, but you should go over them. And I believe in the lab on Thursday you'll have a chance to practice with some of these. Some that we'll see a lot are condyles, which are processes that articulate with another bone. Facets are flat surfaces that are part of the articulations with other bones. Fissure is a cleft or a groove. Fontanelle is a specific structure in fetal skull, and newborn skull. And when we talk about the head of a bone, we're talking about the one of the epiphyses of a long bone. Foramen will come up a lot. That's a hole going through a bone. Meatus is a tube-like passageway within a bone. We'll see that in the skull. We'll have the external acoustic meatus. Processes will show up all over. Those are projections from a bone. Spine, you'll see a fair amount. Suture, we'll talk about specifically. Trochanter, you'll see, that's a large process. We have one on the femur. Tubercle and tuberosity are two other terms that describe features of bones, and many of these are on long bones. And we'll call it good there.